It's raining again. And it's really raining. Not such a good weather to do filming outside. If I did, the record would most likely be water damage. We wouldn't want that, would we? Nah. Let's do the filming inside. Hello there. Well, as you could see, it is much more comfortable to sit inside and in my favorite armchair and show some records instead, and do another one of these year charts that I've been doing before. As you will know by now, at a Facebook group, we'll do a chart over a certain year of the 80s, a year chart, top 50 year chart, and show it to each other place by place. And then 25, top 25 of this chart I show to you, and hopefully it will bring back some memory from the early or late 80s, depending on what I show. I've been showing 1980, 81, 84, 85 and 86. And the turn has now come to 1982. 82, I was 8 years old, 7 years for most of the year, and my musical interest hadn't been beginning that much, even though I've learned how to record on radio, or had I. First tape that I can remember recording from the radio, I took a cassette tape, put it in a cassette recorder, and put a radio transmitter next to it and record from the loudspeakers of the radio. Someone would have tapped me on the shoulder and say, hey, you know that you can use one of those machines where the radio and the tape recorder are built in the same place? Much more better quality, but the quality in this case sounded not all that good. But I actually have that tape still, and even though it is sounding horrible, it is nostalgia in some form, of course. So the nostalgia, music nostalgia that I have from this year are connected with that tape, and some of the songs actually are on this chart. And as usual, the places 26 to 50 I will show in a much faster speed. So hold on to your seats, because here comes the places 26 to 50. Well, that was 26 to 50. And as you could see, it contains a whole lot of synth-pop music and British synth-pop new wave style. So for those who like that, you will have a glorious time, I assure you. Some Swedish will come, of course. But let's start with number 25. A duo that I actually didn't pay that much attention to until I got this VCLT from John Bellamy. So at number 25 we have the boy and girl duo of Dollar, and the song Videoteque. Videoteque was a song that when I heard it the first time, it really knocked me down. What an amazing production, and what a really great dramatic mood in that song. So it was natural to have that with here, actually, at number 25. Number 24, a group that you will, I can say without spoiling too much, you will see a whole lot of here in this chart. And I guess you have figured out that it is Depeche Mode I'm talking about. Number 24, The Meaning of Love. And from the album A Broken Frame that came this year. Broken Frame comparing to their debut Speak and Spell, was more a step towards the more darker side that we know from the Depeche Mode, but they had some elements still from the go happy synth pop style that was more style of the debut, and this is one of the few remaining from that style. Real nice, catchy Depeche Mode song, and of course it is a great one, definitely, even though there are even stronger songs, of course, as you will see from the album, but really great song at number 24. Number 23, a song that I heard the first time on Swedish radio back in 1986, but I never actually got a hold of it until many years later, maybe 15 years later. And I'm talking about Shock the Monkey by Peter Gabriel. A very exciting song with fantastic production. Song that you never know what it's going to get, actually. But it is real amazing, well done. Number 22, Swedish music and synth pop, Swedish synth pop. And this is a band that can be described as a Swedish mix between Spandau Ballet or Heaven 17, like that. I'm talking about the group Lustans Lakejer, a group that actually was much about style and image and elegant, had elegant clothes on their sleeves. And this song, Diamanter, Diamonds, were in its original released back in a couple of years earlier. Then as Diamanter är en flickas bästa vän, Diamonds are a girl's best friend. But now, to the reissue, it was just called Diamonds. Little James Bondish style with lyrics such as I'm a man that you can't trust, and because if they can't trust me, it makes them feel so small. Little treacherous lyrics and real luxury style, and real cool style and great melody. 21, sticking with synth pop new wave style, from an amazing album, talking about Duran Duran's Rio, having Say a Prayer, a really nice ballad with such a fantastic relaxing mood. I really think this production is so fantastic. Number 20, more synth pop, and we're talking about more talking. We're talking about Talk, and from their debut, The Party's Over. I don't have the 7-inch of this one. Amazing, cool sleeve. And the song that actually is named after the band themselves, Talk by Talk. Talk actually showed from the beginning how amazing they were at new wave synth pop band, and this song is real amazing, well done, amazing production. And I can't spoil this much that this album I will return to later on, so I'll put it back there. Number 19, now we're leaving the synth pop maybe a bit, but still a bit new wave-ish, but not that much synth pop. I'm talking about a real cool, danceable Adam and the Ants and Goody Two Shoes, Goody Two Shoes, Goody Two Shoes. Such an amazing, cool song this actually, real awesome beat in this one. 18. We have more of a soul disco style. A song that may be on the edge of being too overplayed maybe, but the production is such awesome. In Imagination's Just an Illusion. Real cool production, real cool funks disco production of this one. And see here, it says K-Tel JJ, if you're seeing this. K-Tel. Number 17, a band that you also, I can say, will see a bit more of. I'm talking about Ultravox, Reap the Wild Wind. Amazing, as always when it comes to Ultravox songs, it's such an amazing mood, very exciting, mysterious, but here not completely dark, but also a little brighter in the refrain, but an amazing song. Number 16, we have an instrumental song that you don't hear every day today. I'm talking about the group Paris France Transit and the song Paris France. In Sweden it's more famous as the theme from the night radio show Stjärnornas musik, Music of the Stars, which went on the entire night actually as a night radio. But really stuck with this song. It's really stuck in my head through the years. I was so happy getting this single actually. Paris France Transit was Didier Muriani, who was the brain behind the group Space, but after a feud with his partner in that band, he was forced to rename his band, so he called himself Paris France Transit. And real exciting and mysterious, and a song that really appeal you. Really like this song. 15, going back to Rio, not the city, but the album Rio, by Duran Duran. Hungry Like a Wolf, another Duran classic from Duran Duran, an eternal classic from the 80s. 14, we have more British New Wave. It never ends. It will be British New Wave now for a long while. We have at number 14, ABC, Just a Look, Just a Look, The Look of Love. Another eternal classic that may be a bit overplayed, but a song that I really like. It's so amazing produced, as is the entire album, The Lexicon of Love. 13, we have more British, and another of my absolute favorite new wave synth-pop bands, A Flock of Seagulls, and maybe one of their most famous hits, Wishing If I Had a Photograph of You. Really hitting and amazing beat and production in this one. And if that wasn't enough, A Flock of Seagulls are at number 12 also, but this case with the song I Ran. Not Iran, the country, but I Ran. amazing production. This one, real amazing and dreamy and relaxing song. Always been a favorite Flock of Seagulls song by me. For me. Number 11, we have a band that won the chart of 1980. Number 11 in 1982, talking about Visage. From their second album, The Anvil, I pick The Damned Don't Cry. Also a song that proves that Stephen Strange were a master when it comes to these dark, mysterious and cold synth-pop productions that I like so much. And musically, not far away actually are this band, though this band were a little bit less popular, unfortunately. It should have been more popular, but today they are too forgotten. I'm talking about the Mobiles, also a British band with the song Amour, Amour. Also a very extremely dark and very mysterious production that I really like. And hard to imagine actually that this single, once when I bought it, was a blind buy. I had no idea what Mobile were when I bought it, but it looks very interesting. I figured out on the clothes that it might be some kind of a synth pop style, and it was amazing. So sometimes it is profitable to make blind buys on singles. Number 9, a song that I almost forgot when I made this chart, that it was released back in 1982, and I had to reorganize the chart because of this one, because I felt like I can't leave this song out. I may have forgotten several other songs, but this one is going to be here. End of story. I'm talking about Icehouse and the song Great Southern Land. Also a song with an amazing production, amazing, relaxing and awesome mood in it. Almost like an hypnotic production of this one. Great Southern Land, Icehouse. I don't have the single though, so stick with the album. Now we're going back at number 8 to More from the Party's Over album, because there we have another talk song, and in this case I'm talking about Today. Today is maybe a little more popular than danceable as comparing to the talk song, but I really think that Today is a fantastic song. I just love the production of this one. Now we're leaving synth pop for a while, because at number 7 we have one of the songs actually that actually is connected to my childhood and that cassette tape I told about in the beginning. The group, some of you might have heard of it still, even though they're singing in Swedish, mostly because one of the members are more famous than the rest of them for people outside Sweden. I'm talking about Gyllene, another song here that I don't have the single for. This is their album Pulse, and Gyllene, Golden Times. This is Per Gessle from Roxette. Gyllene is the band he was in before Roxette. But Gyllene were extremely big in Sweden back in the days. And one of my absolute favorite songs from this album is Flickan i en Porter-sång. The Girl in a Cole Porter Song. And it is almost a singer-songwriter style with such an amazing production, amazing relaxing style with smooth guitar and real amazing relaxing song. I've always been a huge fan of. Now we're getting closer. Number 6. We got Sticking in My Childhood, because this was a song that I liked very, very much as a child. Nostalgia never will leave me when it comes to the band called Electric Banana Band. Electric Banana Band were a children comedy novelty brand created by actor, comedian, artist Lasse Åberg and comedian Claes Möllberg and guitarist Janne Schaffer. And they made a gimmick. It was made for a children's show called Trasan och Bananer, kind of a children's show. And there they made a spoof pop group that became so popular that they released albums as well. And their biggest hit, I think, were this one, Banankontakt av tredje graden, Banankontakt of the third kind. And I remember being a huge fan of Trasan Bananer. Still am. You never get too old for certain children's pop programs, and still love to see Trasan Bananer, and I still love this band. You almost can see it as a Swedish Kid Creole and the Coconuts in this song, actually. So real, almost little Latino style, but extremely funky and real funny. Number 5, coming back to a band that I promised we would come back to, Depeche Mode, and another song from A Broken Frame, Leave in Silence. The singles from A Broken Frame has through the years been a little bit overshadowed, much because Depeche Mode themselves had tried to overshadow them because they hated the videos by Julian Temple. And it taken Depeche Mode a long time to accept those videos actually and reveal them to the fans. But this is amazing mood, real nice, especially instrumental parts towards the end. Leave in Silence, a today little forgotten single that is still a real fantastic one that I've loved from the beginning. I heard it the first time back in the mid-80s. Getting closer, number 4, another childhood memory that I don't have a single to yet. Talking about the Swedish group Adolphson och Falk. Thomas Adolphson and Anders Falk. This is their album Med rymden I blodet, with space in the blood. And at number 4 we have the song Stockholmsserenad, Stockholm Serenade. And believe it or not, as this is the first recorded song on that tape that I told you about, I might as well think that this song, Stockholm Serenade, was the first song that I ever recorded from radio. And it's also a Swedish synthpop style with Swedish lyrics, very night music, especially when you listen to the lyrics describing the Stockholm night very well. I think was pretty predestined that I would be enjoying synthpop from the early age.
So number 4, Adolphson of Falk, Stockholmsserenad. Now, medal position. Bronze place goes to Depeche Mode and See You. I always enjoyed this, the mood and the production and the melody in this one. Number 2, we have more synthpop, a band that we have heard before, but of course I've got to have some more Ultravox and Hymn. And I think the reason talks for itself. Listen to the mood and listen to the atmosphere in the song and the production. It is so amazing. It is so really fantastic song, exciting, mysterious. And finally, number 1. Number 1 is British, but not synth pop. It is connected to that first cassette tape I did that I talked about in the beginning, but it is a song that I didn't actually record because I thought it was good. I recorded because I put on the tape recorder and I recorded a whole lot of songs in a row that just went on. So, I learned to love it through the years, and I think that it is an amazing, amazing song that I was so happy to have found this album. Hoping to find a single one day. I'm talking about Bad Manners, that takes the top spot. From the album Pouring Ahead, we have their version of the song, music's film song Exodus. Of course, when it comes to Bad Manners, it is a special version, a ska version, with almost horrible male choir in the end, but it makes it even more funnier. Of course, when it comes to Bad Manners, it's a whole lot of fun, and a little unexpected choice of number 1, I know, but I just love this version. It is such a real great groove in it, and wiggling when I hear it, and such an amazing song. Bad Manners, the best song of 1982, with their version of Exodus. So that was my 1982. The next year, it won't be all that far away in time until I do it, actually, because I know what year it is, and it will be pretty soon, the year of 1987. So until next time, I hope that every one of you have a real nice time, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. Take care, and so long.